Right now, millions of British drivers are completely unaware that a single light on their car, just one small bulb, can instantly fail their MOT, land them a £1,000 fine, and get their vehicle pulled off the road without any warning whatsoever. And here is the most terrifying part. This is not about a broken headlight. It is not about a cracked tail light. It is about a light that most drivers never even think about. A light that sits quietly on your car doing absolutely nothing visible until the moment a DVSA officer or an MOT tester spots it, and your entire day, your week, and potentially your driving record falls apart in seconds. In 2026, the rules around this have been tightened, the enforcement has been ramped up, and the penalties? They have never been more serious. So if you are driving a car on UK roads right now, you need to stay right here for the next few minutes, because what I am about to tell you could save you from a shock you will never forget. Let us start from the very beginning, because I want you to fully understand the scale of what is happening on UK roads in 2026. Every single year, over 30 million MOT tests are carried out across the United Kingdom. And of all the reasons a car can fail its MOT, lighting failures are consistently among the top causes. But here is what the statistics do not tell you. They do not break down which specific light is catching drivers completely off guard. They do not tell you about the one light that has quietly risen to become one of the sneakiest, most overlooked, and most costly failures in the entire MOT test. That light is the number plate light. Yes, you read that correctly. The number plate illumination light. That tiny, seemingly insignificant light above or around your rear number plate is now one of the most scrutinized components in the entire MOT testing process. And in 2026, with updated DVSA guidelines placing greater emphasis on vehicle identification compliance, this light is being checked with a level of precision that most drivers have never encountered before. Now, you might be thinking, surely it cannot be that serious. It is just a tiny bulb. What harm can it do? And that is exactly the thinking that is costing British drivers thousands of pounds every single month. Here is the legal reality. Under the road vehicles lighting regulations, every vehicle registered in the UK is legally required to have a functioning rear number plate light that clearly illuminates the number plate from dusk until dawn and in conditions of poor visibility. This is not optional. This is not a recommendation. It is a legal requirement, and it has been for decades. But what has changed in recent years, and especially heading into 2026, is the level of enforcement and the stringency of what counts as a pass versus a failure. In the past, a dim number plate light might have been flagged as an advisory. A slightly yellowed bulb might have been allowed through with a note in the margin. Not anymore. Under the current MOT testing guidelines, if your number plate light is not functioning correctly, if the illumination is insufficient, if the light is missing entirely, if it has been modified in a non-compliant way, or if it is producing a color other than white, that is an immediate MOT failure. No warnings, no second chances on the day. Your car fails. You walk out of that garage with a failed certificate, and you are legally required to get it fixed before your vehicle can be driven on public roads again, except for the purpose of driving directly to a garage for repair. But it does not stop there, because here is where things get really serious. If a police officer or a DVSA enforcement officer stops you and discovers that your number plate light is not working, you can be issued a Vehicle Defect Rectification Notice, commonly known as a VDRN. You will be given a short window to fix the issue and present the vehicle for inspection. If you fail to do that, or if you are stopped again with the same defect unresolved, you are looking at a fixed penalty notice of up to £100 on the spot. And if the matter goes to court, and it absolutely can, especially if combined with other offences, the fine can escalate to £1,000. And if your car is deemed unroadworthy at the point of being stopped, it can be taken off the road immediately. That means you are not driving home. You are arranging alternative transport while your vehicle sits on the side of the road or gets towed to a pound. All of this from one tiny light above your number plate. Now let us talk about why this particular light catches so many drivers out, because it is not random. There are very specific reasons why the number plate light is such a common failure, and understanding them will help you make sure you never become one of the statistics. The first reason is visibility. Unlike your headlights or your brake lights, your number plate light is not something you can easily see from the driver's seat. You cannot glance in your mirror and confirm it is on. You cannot see it from the front of the car. It sits at the back, low down, and unless someone physically walks around your car at night and looks, you have no idea whether it is working or not. Most drivers go weeks, months, sometimes years without ever checking it. The second reason is the type of bulb. Many older vehicles use incandescent bulbs for the number plate light, and these bulbs have a notoriously short lifespan compared to modern LED alternatives. They burn out quietly. They do not announce their failure with a warning light on your dashboard the way some other components do. They simply stop working, and life carries on for you completely unaware. The third reason is aftermarket modifications. This is a big one in 2026, and it is catching a lot of drivers completely off guard. Many car owners, particularly those who enjoy customizing their vehicles, have switched to LED number plate lights as part of a broader styling upgrade. And while LED bulbs are generally brighter and longer lasting, not all of them are road legal. If your LED number plate light emits a color other than white, even if it looks white to you, it can fail the color spectrum test that MOT testers now carry out with greater frequency. Blue-tinged LEDs, which are extremely popular in the aftermarket world for their clean, modern look, are a massive source of failures. They look white to the human eye under normal conditions, but under proper testing, they emit light outside the permissible spectrum, and that is an instant fail. The fourth reason is cracked or dirty lenses. Even if your bulb is working perfectly, if the lens cover over your number plate light is cracked, discolored, or so dirty that it significantly reduces the light output, that too can constitute a failure. The tester is not just checking that a bulb is lit, they are checking that the light is doing its job to an adequate standard. So what does this mean for you as a driver in 2026? It means that before your next MOT, before you even think about booking that test, you need to physically go to the back of your car tonight, ideally after dark, turn on your side lights or dipped headlights, and look at your number plate. Is it lit up clearly and evenly? Is the light white, not blue, not yellow, not any other color, just clean, bright white? Is the lens over the light clean and uncracked? If the answer to any of those questions is no, or even maybe, you need to sort it out before that MOT appointment. The good news is that fixing a number plate light is one of the cheapest and easiest repairs in all of motoring. A replacement bulb costs as little as £1 from a Motor Factors or a supermarket auto section. The job itself on most cars takes about 5 minutes and requires no special tools. Even if you have never done any car maintenance in your life, this is something most people can do in their own driveway with a screwdriver and a quick search online for their specific vehicle. But here is the catch. Cheap as the fix is, the failure to fix it is expensive beyond all proportion. And that is the cruel irony that thousands of drivers discover every single year in the United Kingdom. They spend hours researching the best MOT garage, comparing prices, making sure their tires are at the right pressure, topping up their screen wash, and then they walk in and fail on a £1 bulb that they never thought to check. Do not be that driver. Now let us talk about something that is increasingly important in 2026, which is the rise of automatic number plate recognition cameras, better known as ANPR cameras, across the UK road network. There are now over 11,000 ANPR cameras in operation across Britain, and they are not just looking for stolen vehicles or uninsured drivers. They are flagging vehicles where the number plate is not clearly readable. And one of the most common reasons a number plate becomes unreadable to an ANPR camera at night is a non-functioning number plate light. When your number plate light fails, your plate becomes difficult or impossible for cameras to read in low light conditions. And while an ANPR camera will not issue you a fine for a dark number plate directly, what it can do is flag your vehicle for a follow-up stop by a patrol officer. And when that officer pulls you over and discovers not only is your number plate light out, but your MOT might be due or your tax might be close to expiry, suddenly a £1 bulb has turned into a very expensive encounter with law enforcement. This is not a scare tactic. This is exactly how it plays out for real drivers on real roads across the UK every single week. There is also a growing issue with electric vehicles and newer cars that come with integrated LED lighting systems from the factory. On many of these vehicles, the number plate light is part of a sealed unit rather than a simple replaceable bulb. If any part of that sealed unit fails or malfunctions, you cannot simply pop in a new bulb from a supermarket. You need a replacement unit, which, depending on the make and model, can cost significantly more and may need to be fitted by a main dealer or a specialist. EV owners in particular need to be aware of this, because the assumption that your car is new and therefore fine is a dangerous one. Sealed lighting units can fail, and because they are sealed, there is often no visible indication that anything is wrong until someone inspects the vehicle properly. So here is the full checklist that every UK driver needs to carry out right now, before their next MOT, before their next late-night drive, and honestly, just as a good habit to build into regular vehicle maintenance. Check your number plate light every single month. It takes 30 seconds. Turn on your lights, walk around to the back of your car, and look. Is it on? Is it white? Is it bright enough to clearly illuminate the full plate? Check the lens cover while you are there. Run your finger around the edge of the light cover. Is it cracked? Is it cloudy? Clean it if it is dirty. Replace it if it is cracked. If you have aftermarket LED bulbs, verify they are marked as road legal and are within the correct color temperature range. The standard for white light in the UK automotive context sits between 4,000 and 6,000 Kelvin. Anything significantly above that starts pushing into the blue spectrum and risks a failure. If you drive an electric vehicle or a newer car with sealed lighting units, have the system checked during any routine service, and do not assume a new vehicle is automatically compliant forever. And finally, if your vehicle is within 3 months of its MOT due date, do this check today, not tomorrow, today. So there you have it, the one light that is silently failing MOTs and catching British drivers completely off guard in 2026. It is not glamorous, it is not complicated. But the consequences of ignoring it are very real, very costly, and entirely avoidable, with 30 seconds of your time and potentially £1 from a supermarket shelf. The law does not care whether you knew. The MOT tester does not have a box to tick for genuine ignorance, and the police officer who pulls you over at 11 o'clock on a rainy Tuesday night is not going to let you off because you forgot to check. That is just the reality of driving on UK roads in 2026. The rules are tighter, the enforcement is sharper, and the drivers who stay informed are the ones who stay protected. If this video has opened your eyes to something you had never considered before, then please do one thing right now before you close this tab. Go and check that number plate light. Seriously, put this video on pause, go outside, turn your lights on, walk to the back of your car, and look. It will take you less time than it took you to watch this far into the video, and it could save you a lot of money and a lot of stress. And if you found this useful, which I genuinely hope you did, then you already know where to come the next time you want to know what is actually happening with UK driving laws, fines, and the rules that the government is not exactly shouting from the rooftops. We cover it all here, in plain English without the jargon, so that every driver in Britain knows exactly where they stand. Make sure you subscribe to UK Fines Alerts right now. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video, because the next one might be about a law that is already affecting you and you do not even know it yet. Subscribe to UK Fines Alerts today. Stay legal, stay informed, and stay safe out there on the roads.